Hello everyone, welcome back to my Unreal Engine tutorial series on how to create an open world game. So this time what I am going to show you is, as you can see, my leg or the foot is not inside these stirrups, not this left leg or the right leg. So I'm going to move it into the stirrup using 𝐿𝐴, two-bone 𝐿𝐴, like this. Now in this preview you can see this leg is, the foot is inside the stirrups. So that's what I'm going to do. And yeah, I know this my foot's shoes are a little too big for this stirrup, but let's not focus on that. Now let's focus on placement of the foot. And as always, this episode is sponsored by these generous Patreons. Thank you very much for the support you guys are giving me. Okay, so for now what I'm doing when I mount the horse is this. Let me open my horse character. Right here, when I possess the horse, I get the rider. Yeah, this is where I possess the horse, and this is where I mount and dismount using this start interaction interface event. And when I mount the horse, I play this montage and this montage, and so yeah, when I'll show you a preview for your quick reference. And yeah, now this is that montage, and as you can see here, this leg and this the leg should be in here, the foot should be in here, right? So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to create a new animation blueprint for this human character, and I'm going to use that when the character is on the horseback. So let's create a new animation blueprint. I'll select the knight 2 skeleton. That's the skeleton I am using for the human character. I'll call it BPA horse rider and open it. And to start, I'll put this animation as for the final pose and compile. Right, and now let me change the next thing I want to do is I want to change when I mount on this horse from for the character from this animation blueprint to this animation blueprint. The reason to go for a new blueprint is so that I can implement different 𝐿𝐴 settings, different other animation settings for this that would be specific for the horse rider. Right, so let's do that first, and then let's do the other parts. So here, instead of this, I should set animation anim instance class. Yeah, that's what I should do. Like this. Actually, I think would be so here I can select BPA horse rider but I think instead of doing it here, it would be better if I do this part inside the human character. That's because I already have this animBP reference, and if I change it right here, then that reference would be invalidated and it could lead into some unknown problems. So therefore, to keep the integrity, I'll define a new function under my character interface, change animation blueprint, and I need the input. The type should be animBP class. What's the type here again? Let me check. Object class. I think it's not available. Let me check. Yeah, maybe this should work. Animation. Here I have BP animation and class reference. Let's see. Anim blueprint class. Right, now in here, this is not a function, this is an event, so I'll input, maybe I can do it here. What's the method name again? Change animation blueprint, and this H should be simple. Change animation blueprint. Okay, and get the mesh. Set anim instance class and combine this and this, and then again I should get anim instance and set this variable, so that I think I would still have a valid reference. Right, now here, instead of doing it like this, I'll get a reference to this rider and change animation blueprint. I'll call it like this and connect it like this. I'll delete this one because I don't need it anymore. PPA. Wait, I have a little problem. This type should be object class reference. And how can I give class reference? Object. Okay, now it should work. A horse rider. Right, now let's see if that works. If this is working, the character should go to the sitting position like this, and yeah, it is working in this new approach. Right, and again since I have changed my animation blueprint, I don't have to toggle these 𝐼𝐾s because this character does not have any 𝐼𝐾s at the moment. Let's check again. Right. Okay. That part is done. Now let's see how to move our this character's foot to this stirrups. So they should go here. Okay, so I'll open my BPA horse rider and I'll add a 𝐼𝐾. I'm gonna use this 2-bone 𝐼𝐾 and connect this one like this and like this. If we have more animations, we can add them later with a new state machine or something, but for now this one is enough. And select this. For the 𝐼𝐾 bone, I'm going to select left foot and compile. Yeah, now as you can see, I have this weird looking leg. So let me, yeah, as you can see, I can move down my leg like this, but we have a little problem because this character's leg is bent in an unnatural manner. So I can change this joint target location like this. Yeah, now when it is bent like this, it looks more natural. Okay, so I'll keep this one like this. Right, and compile. Similarly, I'm going to add another 𝐼𝐾 2-bone 𝐼𝐾 node for the right leg too. Connect it like this, and for the 𝐼𝐾 bone, I'll give right foot and compile. And again, you see this is, well, yeah, this is the joint target location I am moving. So I'll move it a little bit to the front like this, and the effector location, let me move down it a little bit like this. And as you can see, they should be a little away from the other leg. Yeah, now this one is 23 minus 20. Well, some a little bit different, but roughly similar. Compile, and let's see how our legs work now. Yeah, as you can see, they are moved down a little bit further than we need. So okay, so now what I need to do is I need to find a way to give these stirrup locations to my animation blueprint, and then I can move my foots into those stirrups so that they will fit perfectly. So how can I do that? Well, for that, first I'm going to open this hose and I'm gonna add a new socket inside these stirrups, but yeah, I have it. Stirrup left and stirrup right. Actually, I don't need to add a socket because I already have this bone. And yeah, now in this hose character, here I can find that location of the stirrups, and then I have to feed that location into my horse rider. First, I'll add two scene components into this stirrup location so that I can provide their location into the animation blueprint of the rider, and I can adjust them accordingly to fit the legs, fit the foots. So here let's add a cube, and I'm going to make it smaller like this and put it under the mesh and attach it to stirrup left, this one here to the left, and another one I'll call it ST left, and this one right, and I'll attach this to the right stirrup. Okay, later I will make them invisible, but for now I'll keep them visible. Now I need to give these two locations into my horse rider. So for that I'll add my character animation blueprint interface. I'll implement in here, and for that interface I'll add a new function called set foot location. Should I add two methods for 2 foots or one in same? Let's see, let's put one in same. Vector and left foot, and the other one is foot. Okay, now compile this again. Yeah, now in here I have the mesh of the rider and I can get the animation instance. Yeah, and now in the tick I'll get a reference to rider like this, and anim instance of the mesh, I'll get it like this, and set foot location. I'll collapse this to a node, set foot locations, so that it is clear. Yeah, and then get this and this and get location. Should I add the relative location or the word location? Let's check here. This is in effector location. I think it is in the bone space, but how do we do the calculation? This is definitely not the world space. Yeah, here we can change the effector location space to component space and world space. Let's try world space, and I hope something odd will not happen if I compile. Right, this one also world space. Okay, and then I'll get the world space, get world location of the stirrup left, and get world location. Okay, and now that part is completed, but I didn't implement this this set foot location event in here. So I'll go to the event graph and set foot location. I'll promote this to a variable like this. I'll call it left foot effector location, and this one promote to a variable. I'll name it right foot effector location. Okay, now I have to use those two variables here. This is for right foot, so connect right foot here, and this is for left foot, so connect it here. And yeah, since it is 0, it looks like this. Okay, let's check what happens here. Right, yeah, as you can see clearly, the foot's location has been changed to match the stirrup locations, and still we have to do some work in the stirrup locations. So let's see if I can change it in real time so that we can see the difference. Host 2, yeah, and go to detail panel. Here I have the stirrup left and stirrup right. Let's move this up a little bit. 5, no, 10. Where did it go? No, I don't think I can do it in real time. So I'll change it here. Let's move this up. and see. Okay, still not good enough. The main thing is that I have to change the bending target, the joint target location. So let's change it first in for the left foot. Actually left foot it seems alright. So for the right foot it should be more like this way. Let's test again. Okay, now you can see the legs are not buried inside the horse body, so that's alright, but still my legs should be a little bit moved up. Maybe something is wrong with the ratio of the horse and the human body. Let's try lifting up this two a little bit further to the up, like this. Compile and check. Well, that's too much. So let's bring it one step down. Wait. Here. Okay. Okay. Right. Not yet. So yeah, I have placed them like this one here and this one here. So let's see now what happens. Okay, and yeah, I think now it fits to the location without an issue, but as you can see, my foot or my shoe is a little too large for the stirrup, and that is a problem. But as myself is not an modeling, not a 3D modeler, I can't do anything about that at the moment, but I'm gonna satisfy with this for now. And yeah, we have another problem. As I run forward, my leg lags behind the stirrup a little bit. So what can we do about it? Well, actually that happens because as the character moves forward, the world location of these cubes that I have attached goes back. So compared to the time we get that location, my character actually is a little bit forward. So that's why this happens. But let's think about those issues later. Actually, it would be better instead of moving my leg to the stirrup, it would be much more practical if I move the stirrup to the leg. And I didn't think of that until I complete this session. But let's do that in a later episode. And that's all for today. And if you like to support my work, you can go to patreon.com, code like me. I'll put the link in the description below, and there you can join my Patreon club. As I have mentioned here, you will have different privileges based on the tier you join. And right, see you in the next episode. Goodbye.